that like all the Jews had to go to Israel. That part was never talked about, how they got there. That bridge was never crossed. In fact, I'm learning all this shit about how the Palestinians were like all these wars and stuff. I'm like, I can't believe I can even say that I went to school. Like I never came across any of this information. So I'm sorry that people do have questions because and not just around this current war, but like just taking it as an example, it's like like October 7th happened, we're finding out all sorts of shit they're telling us was lies, or at least there's not enough info like proof for it, right? So then it's the same people, and I'm sorry, they put this light on themselves because they like personally, I consider it exaggeration. And if otherwise, they need to prove it, because my issue with it, with the Holocaust, it's not that I don't believe that there was a genocide of Jews. Sure, I'll take you up on that, but you're telling me this is the worst genocide in history. Hitler was the worst, most horrid figure in history. It's like, did we forget how many people were killed? 11 million people were fucking slaughtered in the Congo and currently are dying. I'm sorry, we're not going to talk about the Holodomor. How many freaking Russians died in World War II? I don't know. Like, I would like a little bit more information. Like, don't fucking play my emotions and try and make me believe all this shit. And if it did happen, then yeah, I'm against that, and I'm sorry that it happened to your people. But like, it seems like y'all like to put a little salt on everything and a little spice on everything, because you couldn't just tell us that October 7th some children died. You had to say they were beheaded, people played basketball with their heads. Like, okay, so now I have to start questioning, like, wait, were all these crazy stories from the Holocaust legit? Right? But asking that is a big issue. And then on top of that, I started looking into it, and I'm finding out that there's laws, there's literally countries where people have served prison time just for asking. Like, why do you need that if it's all true? Couldn't you just show the facts? So that's where I'm at.
And you make great points. And first of all, and that's what they want to do here. They, yes, they. If you're not a part of it, then I'm not talking about you, because y'all anonymous, 10 anonymous listeners, for crying out loud. Just come up, one of y'all, just come up and talk, bro. Like, it's not that deep. But anyway,
Or
um,
come and explain. Like,
or
we are all just
something.
hungry for answers.
Right? Like, but I got somebody named Moshe, because K. Jackson said, questioning the Holocaust means you're denying it according to them. Then he puts, according to them, mass fell. But according to who else? Who else? Who? You see how it's histrionic? Yes, it's according to you. You saying that we are denying it for questioning it. But it ain't according to
But we're
Spanish
not
people.
denying it.
But
We're
but
just
no,
saying, can
I
you
just wanted to
clarify
break.
details?
But it's not even just that. No, it's the breakdown of that comment. Oh, you said according to them. That's how anti-Semitic. I'm not talking about Spanish people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Um, and yeah, the ADL was serious about what they were saying, and we have these people in Congress who have no problem. I mean, again, I tell you, Ron DeSantis ran off to Jerusalem, to sign hate speech laws for Florida. Okay, tell me that we're not living in some sort of crazy like Twilight Zone here. I thought this was America. Okay, go ahead, D.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I'm trying so hard to find this. I wish I recorded or saved it when I saw it, but it seems like it's been cleared from the internet. A while ago, I saw this video where this lady was on this program in the UK called This Morning, and I think it was Gerard who was talking about how skinny they were and whatever, right? And she said, this word for word, she said those pictures were actually fake and
I
those
have
videos
it.
were
I have that clip. I'll find it.
yeah. Oh, babe, upload it, please. So she said that they were fake and they literally made it afterwards because they obviously when these people were rescued, nobody was there to record it or take pictures. So they set it up all over or whatever. I don't know if it's real or what. No, they set it up and those pictures was actually faked. And then someone, I think the guy, the interviewer, he tried to interrupt her, like move on from it, and she was like, "The truth should be told, right, Chai? Please put it up." So like,
Actually, you know who that lady was Anne Frank's sister. That's who they were interviewing. And she said, no, those
really,
are not real pictures. That's what she said. It was a setup, like a movie thing set up.
yeah,
What is that called? Reincarnation or whatever? Like
A reoccurring. I,
reenactment.
a reenactment, right? I'm all reoccurring. Now they're gonna be like, see, they don't even know words, and like,
Well, we
yeah.
know
But
that some of the gas chambers have been reconstructed in
it was
Western
the
Europe, at
pictures,
least.
and they showed like pictures of the guys, and all the skinny people, like nearly starving to death. All of those pictures, she said that it was faked. It was
But
really.
the thing, D, is like you're telling me this is the worst thing that ever, and I should always consider it as the worst thing ever. But it's like, didn't we just live through Yemen literally being starved to that level? Like, do you guys
exactly.
remember those pictures out of Yemen?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Somalia too. I remember a lot of that stuff. And guess what? I remember Haiti. Okay, and I'll get back to that later. I just real quick, River to the Sea. Hey, girl, what's up?
Hey, I this is a tough conversation to have, but I appreciate you hosting the space 'cause I think it's important. Um, as a Palestinian, as an Arab, I am speaking as a Semite, first of all. Although I don't get to claim the protection of quote unquote anti Semitism. So I think that's an important thing for people to be conscientious of. But I just wanted to share a little story. When I was in junior high school, so early 90s, um, my school did a whole thing about Holocaust remembrance and Diary of Anne Frank, and went to the Holocaust Museum, and they spent a lot of time on this. And my parents were incensed, not because we were reading these books and learning this history and doing all of this stuff, but because there is no doubt that there were some horrible things, atrocious things, things that are unconscionable that happened in that era. And I'm not going to debate what was and what wasn't. That's not for me. That's not the intent of what I'm trying to say. But the fact is that horrible things happened to the Jews, but they also happened to Polish nationals. They also happened to the Roma. They also happened to the elderly, to the frail, to the sick, to people that had some kind of disability, to a great number of people that were never discussed. Or if they were lightly touched on and not really given the full acknowledgement. And it my mom kept me home. My mom kept me home on some of the days we were going through this because it was a significant amount of time, and had written a I had to write an essay on the subject about drawing parallels between the atrocities of the World War II era and